I'm breaking our first rule. Don't mix cheese and seafood. I'm gonna show you my easy lobster tail mac and cheese, okay? So just go get some lobster tails. I'm gonna show you how to work with these. These are about 4 ounces. I would go only up to 6. You're going to get them into your pot here, a very small pot on purpose, okay? Get them into your pot.
A lot of times you can find these on sale, frozen, too.
In the freezer section. Now, over the top of my lobster tails, just some seafood seasoning.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna cover them with some water.
Are you pretty strict with seafood and cheese?
Go to Sicily, they're putting cheese on seafood too. I mean,
Yeah, it happens.
it's fine.
This isn't a rolling boil that I'm looking for here. We are going to slow poach our lobster tails. You're gonna be tender with the lobster tail because you don't want to overcook them because they're gonna get cooked twice. Plus, it's gonna give a lot of time for this water to get flavored up, and I'll explain that to you in a second. Katie, this is what it's gonna look like when you're done. These are your lobster tails. They're gonna turn color. If you could just get the meat out and make nice, healthy chunks out of it. This is that poaching liquid, you know, murky, flavorful goodness, right? You hit it with a little bit of salt when you get the lobster in there, and now it tastes like the lobster, okay? Don't throw this away. You're gonna use this pot in a second, but I wanna show you how to make the roux. So any good roux obviously starts with some butter.
Some being the working.
Well, you know, yeah, well, you don't wanna overdose on the butter and then not have enough flour, right?
Generally, it's
one part.
Yeah.
So 1 part butter, 1 part flour. Now I'm gonna do a flavorful roux. So I like to add in some grated onion pulp.
Okay.
Just get that on your box grater, or you can even use your little zester. Okay, so now to that flour, butter, and onion pulp, a little bit of garlic.
Onion pulp.
You wanna make sure you don't go to brown butter. And I like kind of moving it fast so that the garlic doesn't brown. Okay, so as that's working, here's my problem with lobster mac and cheese. It always just tastes like lobster inside of mac and cheese.
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of reek of lobster, you know, scent and flavor everywhere. So we're getting the elbows into
lobster down here.
because I'm gonna need those shells back, okay? Because we put those back into this water.
I mean, don't go outside. We're not too far from the sea over here. You're gonna be having seagulls all over you.
Now, this is something that it's gonna be a flavorful, starchy water because that's gonna be used in our mac and cheese when the roux is done. Gonna add in some dry mustard.
Oh, I love
a little bit more of that seafood seasoning.
Got your shells here.
Those shells.
Do you want me to chop up the lobster?
Yeah, nice chunks. And then to that, some heavy cream.
Oh, dude.
Jeez.
Okay, with a nice
my car?
crack of black pepper. Love
You can never have
this
enough
loaded
pepper.
up. You really can't. Let's be honest, right? Now these shells are going back in. I'm breaking the rules. I want it to taste like 360 degrees of lobster. Okay, this is gonna be a pot that you watch. Just give it a nice stir. Katie, if you don't mind actually draining this out in the sink, I've got a little sieve in there. And hold on to the liquid because we're gonna use that for our sauce, which started with a simple roux. I'm going to now add in the cheeses. This is shredded Gruyere.
What is it?
Shredded Gruyere cheese.
Gruyere.
Yeah, it's Gruyere. And then omnipresent in the cheese section of my fridge, a little bit of shredded Monterey Jack and cheddar blend. And then you're just gonna loosen it with a little bit of this water.
Which has all that flavor.
It has all the flavor.
Plus the starch.
Yeah, plus all the starch, so it's gonna help tighten up as well. Here's our pasta. Right in there.
This is going in very quick.
Right in. We gotta get this in the oven, which by the way is set at 350 degrees.
Oh boy.
I'm just gonna turn this.
Oh my heavens.
What are you looking for consistency before you bake it for all those
You want it just
at home?
You want it just above tight. Right, a little bit of loose. Allow it to come together. Realize that those elbows are, you know, center empty, if you will, and they'll soak up some of the sauce. So now listen, if you're a claw person, I totally get it, because I'm into the claw as well. You can also, in the seafood section of your grocery store, just buy one of those little pint containers of probably pre-poached lobster, if you will. So
I gotta tell you, I mean, if I was at a steakhouse, I want a little ramekin of this broiled with my steak.
Yep.
That in there.
I think that's
Wow.
look at that. Oh.
And if you were at a steakhouse, you'd be paying a lot more for it.
Yeah.
Probably getting a
Nice and
lot less lobster.
Very expensive lobster.
Give that a little jiggle, settle it.
My money don't.
And then over the top,
More cheese.
More cheese, more cheese.
This is not just a suggestion of cheese either.
No.
Cheese
This is-
in this mac and cheese.
Yeah, this is
I
the
love
intent to cheese.
when you do the baked mac and cheese and there's a thick layer of
Yeah.
cheese on top.
Yeah, it should
I don't
be
want
like
it
the
to be,
creme brulee.
like, for decoration. I want it to be like my fork has to go in and work to get through it.
Is there any macaroni with this mac and cheese?
Yeah, there's just a little bit in there. A whole pound, Jeezy.
Jeff, get the door.
I got you. I
Get the
got
door,
you.
Jeff.
350 degrees. This is gonna be for about 30, 35 minutes.
Dude.
I've got one here in a nice warm oven for you.
Ooh la la.
Let me get the oven for you.
You need leverage for that one.
Uh,
The thing weighs like you pound of mac.
Come on, baby. Break the rules.
Wow.
I mean, rules are meant to be broken.
It's very sly, though, that you chose mac and cheese to break the seafood rule. Come on.
Yeah, I mean,
We
Come
all
on.
love it,
You
right?
can't, like, we had nothing against it. We couldn't argue.
I mean, how am
I
I
also
gonna
think
argue?
it's like the type of seafood. Like lobster's sturdy and
fine.
works with cheese. I mean, look at this. Come on.
For her.
Come on.
I gotta taste it, so.
No. Ladies first.
Do you like
my
a corner?
God.
Jeezy, how dare you?
I bet you could also make him freeze this.
I
Yeah.
like these as individual.
This is a freeze ahead. I would bake it without the cheese on the top, and then on the final cook, throw the cheese on the top. So you can have that real crusty, crunchy moment.
Just that top coat of
thank you.
crunchy cheese on top gives you the texture you need without the breadcrumbs. And the noodles are perfectly cooked. And I can't tell you how much seafood flavor is embedded in every bite. It's so good.
Lobster
It's the
tail
best
mac and
lobster
cheese.
mac and cheese I've ever had.
What?